Dealing with people who oppose you can be tough, but it's not always necessary to get into a fight. In this video, we're going to look at some ideas from Stoicism, an old way of thinking that's all about keeping your cool, bouncing back from tough times, and doing the right thing. These ideas can help us beat our enemies without having to fight them. Stoicism teaches us to stay calm, even when things around us are tough, and to not let our immediate feelings get the best of us during arguments. By doing this, we can keep ourselves from getting too upset or affected by bad situations. Famous thinkers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius showed us how to solve problems peacefully without fighting. If we learn from their teachings, we can find smart ways to deal with people who oppose us without turning to violence. So, let's get started and learn about 5 powerful ways to handle your enemies the Stoic way without fighting. The first one is identifying your enemy. To handle conflicts without fighting, it's super important to know who your real enemy is. It's easy to think that anyone who disagrees with you is an enemy, but that can cause more problems. You need to figure out if someone is really against you or just sees things differently. By understanding who your true enemy is, you can focus on the real issues and not waste time fighting with people who aren't really against you. But remember, you need to be fair and not let your own opinions get in the way of seeing things clearly. And here's a thought for you. Have you ever mistaken someone as an enemy only to realize they were just misunderstood? Share your stories in the comments below. It's always interesting to see how different perspectives can change a situation. The second point is about the power of staying quiet. Sometimes, not saying anything can be really strong, especially when words can make things worse. By keeping silent in tough situations, you can stop things from getting out of hand and give yourself a chance to think clearly. Silence can surprise your opponents and make them rethink their actions. For example, Mahatma Gandhi used silence in a really smart way during his peaceful protests. By staying calm and not reacting, he made his opponents question themselves. Remember, being silent isn't about avoiding the problem. It's about choosing the right time to speak up and making sure your words count. Let's pause here for a moment. Think about a time when staying quiet actually helped you in a difficult situation. It's amazing how powerful silence can be, isn't it? Feel free to share your experiences in the comments. Next up, let's talk about mastering indifference. It's about not letting people who bug you get under your skin. When you don't react to everything they do or say, you take away their power to upset you. But indifference doesn't mean you don't care about things. It's more about choosing not to get emotionally tangled up with your enemies. This helps you focus on improving yourself instead. To get better at this, try things like meditation or writing in a journal to help you look at your feelings without getting overwhelmed by them. And remember, every time someone tries to get you angry, it's a chance for you to grow and become stronger. Do you have any techniques for staying cool when someone's trying to push your buttons? It'd be great to hear what works for you. The fourth idea is about using your brain, or what we call leveraging rationality. This means thinking things through logically, especially when you're in a tough spot. Instead of just reacting right away, take a step back to think about the good and bad sides of the situation. This can help you come up with better ways to solve problems. By looking at things from different points of view, you can avoid getting stuck in your own way of thinking and find peaceful solutions. Remember, being rational doesn't mean you ignore your feelings. It's more about understanding them and not letting them control your actions. Being smart about how you handle conflicts means you can keep things calm and work towards solutions that are good for everyone. Now, let's do a quick check-in. How do you use rational thinking in your life, especially when faced with a tough situation? Have you ever found that taking a moment to think logically about your response made a big difference? We'd love to hear your stories in the comments. And the fifth point is about the power of forgiveness. Forgiving people who have wronged you can be really freeing. It doesn't mean you're saying what they did is okay. It's more about letting go of your anger and the wish for payback. When you forgive, you stop letting those negative feelings weigh you down, and you open up room for more positive stuff in your life. Think about Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. He forgave people who were against him, and that helped him stay peaceful and just. And there are lots of modern examples too, where people have used forgiveness to deal with their enemies in a calm way. By forgiving, you show that you're stronger than the bad stuff that happened, and you move on with a clearer, happier mind. I'm curious to know, have you ever experienced the power of forgiveness? Maybe you forgave someone and felt a weight lift off your shoulders, or someone forgave you and it changed the way you saw things. Sharing such experiences can be really powerful, so feel free to tell us in the comments. So, that wraps up the main points about how to beat your enemies without fighting, using the ideas from Stoicism. It's all about understanding these principles and using them in your life. Stoicism tells us that real strength isn't about overpowering others, but about staying calm and choosing to be good over getting revenge. By following these strategies, you can handle tough situations with grace and stay strong. And that's it for our video. If you liked what you learned, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see your thoughts and stories in the comments section.